Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of entitled people. In today's episode, entitled patient tried to lie to my boss about me, so I got her discharged from the hospital. Entitled people think it's okay to let their kid trash a homeless man's camp. Brother complains about family using his inherited summer cabin while staying at our home for free. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Entitled patient tried to lie to my boss about me, so I got her discharged from the hospital. I always listen to these stories on YouTube, and I never thought I would have a story to post here, but here I am. For context, I work in a hospital that specializes in elective surgeries. Therefore, a vast majority of the patients that come into my office are people willing to pay thousands of dollars out of pocket to fix physical, but not life-threatening, issues. My boss is considered the best in his field throughout the entire world, and it is particularly difficult to schedule an appointment with him unless it is months in advance. I received a phone call from this woman, let's call her Entitled Jerk, EJ, and the conversation is as followed. Me, doctor's office. How can I help you? EJ, I need an appointment so I can schedule surgery, and I was told by the doctor through email to call to be scheduled next week. Me, confused, I'm sorry, I am not too certain what you're referring to. The doctor is not going to be in the office next week, and their next availability for consultations are not until May. EJ, what are you talking about? They told me in the email to call to schedule it, and I am a sitting judge, so I need an appointment next week. Me, okay, ma'am. Give me one moment while I look into this. I put her on hold and walk into my supervisor's office and ask if my boss had sent word about a last-minute patient being added on that I was just unaware about. They say no, but to ask if the patient can forward the email so we can confirm his boss was in the OR. This is a common practice in the office I work in, as there are instances where boss talks to a patient but forgets to inform the staff. If we are overbooked for a day, my supervisor has to open a specific time frame in order to schedule any last-minute patients. Me, takes her off hold. I'm sorry, ma'am, but are you able to forward the email to me? It does not seem there is any record of you coming to our office for an earlier appointment. I just need to confirm before I schedule. For some reason, this statement activates some secret emotional bomb in the back of this woman's brain, and she immediately becomes more hostile. EJ, no, I will not. I am a sitting judge, and you asking me this is extremely rude and unprofessional. I spoke to the doctor through email. Are you actually doubting me right now? Me, yes. EJ, I can't believe this. I need to have surgery on X date, and you will give it to me. Me, 1000% over this woman at this point. Okay, ma'am. I will ask my boss to send me the email when he is out of the OR. So I unfortunately have to get back to you on your appointment date. EJ, thank you. And just as a word of advice, watch your tone the next time you speak to me. Me, okay. Click. A few hours later, my boss comes back into the OR and tells me they have received an email from EJ stating that I was rude and unprofessional to her, and that I was refusing services to her because I wanted to invade her privacy, and she said no. Luckily, the whole time I was on the phone with this patient, my supervisor was in my office listening to the entire call on speakerphone. Otherwise, no one would have been able to confirm that I was not being unreasonable and rude to this patient. My boss goes on to explain that they never promised an earlier appointment to her in the first place, but to check with the office to be put on the wait list for an earlier date. Now, knowing that EJ is nothing but a miserable liar that throws tantrums when no one believes her, I asked my boss if it was really worth it keeping her as a patient, to which they said no. While I was happy with this decision because I don't have to deal with EJ anymore, I felt bad for any other physician that had to deal with this lady in the future. What I didn't know at this point was that my supervisor called patient advocacy, essentially an HR that handles awful patients, and they agreed that her behavior warranted her not to be accepted as a patient by any physician within the hospital. So now my boss, supervisor, and I have to call her tomorrow to inform the hospital's decision to discharge her. Honestly, karma is not something you should mess with. Can I please have an update about her response to that? My nurse case manager heart is standing and applauding you right now. People are just too much. I have dealt with many entitled people during the duration of this job. This is only one example. It is astounding how many people believe that I should bend over backwards because they are willing to dish out $30,000 plus for a new hip. I have so many stories, but this one was hilarious to me, so I thought I would post it. Hey guys, just wanted to stop in and give a quick update since so many people have been asking. We spoke with the higher-ups at Patient Advocacy today in regards to discharging EJ from the practice. As of right now, she is no longer being accepted as a patient from our office, bless. But to avoid further escalation from a business perspective, we were advised to set up a call before ultimately having her discharged completely. We sent an email to set up a time for it, so I'll let you all know how that goes once it is done. Thank you all for the hilarious and kind comments. I showed this to the other staff in the office, and they are highly amused by your words. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Smiley face. Entitled people think it's okay to let their kid trash a homeless man's camp. So, this is a long one. I am homeless. I don't drink, and I don't do drugs. I am homeless because of a few unfortunate events, a medical issue that took away my career. I still haven't been given an actual, factual diagnosis, and a bitter divorce. I am waiting on disability. Today is Victoria Day, a Canadian holiday. I have a decently hidden campsite in the woods. To be fair, it's more of a hobo shack. Well, the area is super busy, so I went out for the day. I came back not even half an hour ago and went by my shack. What do I find? Parents with their little demons at my shack. They were playing inside my shack. Now, I get it. I don't have much in the way of privacy, but who in their right mind would ever even approach a shack like that in the woods? I saw them in my shack. I just kept walking. I didn't let them see me. I just don't need that trouble. But hell, I just got back. They had left, and they trashed the place. I like to live clean. Yeah, I live in the woods, but I still have some pride. But they let their kids trash my camp. They messed up my bed, tossed my canned food, and dumped my cooler. I had some meat I was planning on having for dinner. They just dumped everything. I am beyond frustrated. I don't have any wise words for you, but I am sorry you are experiencing all of this. So many people in the world simply have no capacity for compassion or empathy. I truly hope things get better for you very soon. I'm so sorry. Medical issues or career loss can happen to any of us. Sorry that this happened to you. If you are able, dig a hidey hole for your cooler and cover the top with plywood and branches. It will keep your food stash out of sight and cooler longer. Yeah, I have a stash for my cans. I had planned on eating my steak today over the fire, but you know shit happens. Does your phone have a camera? Take pictures of the damage. I hope you already got pictures of them, parents and children, at your camp. If so, and the police in your town are not nastily anti-homeless, make a legal complaint and ask that the parents get cited for destruction of your property. Sorry this happened to you. I was homeless for a while after I got out of the army, and yeah, it just sucks. Hope things get better. Sending good voodoo vibes your way. Brother complains about family using his inherited summer cabin while staying at our home for free. Like, grow up FFS, he's 40 and has no idea about how to spend or save money. He got dad's cabin worth $100,000 and is now bitching that we the other siblings got money, $10,000, and he wants cash too to buy a new guitar because he still thinks he can make it big in music. Well, no. Meanwhile, spending hundreds on design clothes for his teen son, who he often yells and cusses at. He stays with us many weekends when he has band practice in our town, because our terminally ill mom lives with us and wants him by, and because I'm the scapegoat who was just ready to buy a house with my husband when dad died 2 years ago, and mom has been dying for years now. Well, she's kicking cancer and inviting my age brother over every chance she gets. We, my family, haven't even used the cabin once since dad passed, and I know mom still pays a lot towards it. But I'm getting very mildly infuriated about my golden child brother and narcissistic mother. I've decided to ban him from here since his last stupid outburst. No more visits here without his wife, who I adore, and kids. It really sucks having to live with your narcissistic mom, who so obviously favors your brother. She can't live with him because obviously he doesn't want that, nor can he afford the money or time. Plus, it seems his marriage is failing soon too. You don't have to live with your narcissistic mother who so obviously favors your brother. They made you the scapegoat growing up, and that's a shitty thing for parents to do, but you don't have to spend your whole life in that role. Send mom to live with her golden child. Sounds like you could use a vacation. Idea: offer your brother $10,000 to buy the cabin outright. Go up there and relax for a week or two. Then sell the cabin for $100K. Step 4. Profit. Haha, that's an absurd idea. My brother is insane and thinks he should somehow be able to profit from his inheritance, even though dad's dying wish was that the whole family could still use it together. LOL, maybe he should have focused more on being a better dad and not cheating every chance he got. Definitely tell your mom that if she invites him again, she will be leaving with him. My mother was diagnosed with stage 4 liver cancer and still managed to live for 2 years after that. I still say she was so bitter the cancer couldn't grow fast. As she was dying, she treated me like shit, but my brother could do no wrong. I say tell your mom it's time to find new accommodation and then live your life. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.